Okay, I cannot get this open. It says do not eat, and I don't open it with my hands right now. Okay, so hold on to that. This is new. I cannot go inside of it without breaking open the packaging right in front of the camera, so I will do that. Stephanie Riches, this video is for you. You have to understand that if you are a lawyer because you are suing me for your estate, that is you not knowing why you are suing me at all. Yes, I am not Jody Riches, but if you want to inherit something from Jody Riches is missing. Did you inherit something from she's missing? Because she's missing and her parents were reported that they were not alive anymore. But I don't know that myself. Both of the parents. That's what you nail me in the ear with about your my house. That somebody died about your my house. So it's Stephanie Riches, Jody Riches, and then there is a mom and a dad inside the house, and they had a big dog in the house. You will all know as Bo, the White House dog, but that's the same breed but different dog. Barack Obama's Bo, the Portuguese water dog. Stephanie Riches, your address is on Ravine Bay Road, but you're not in my school district. That would be Mapledale School District, and then goes to Nicolay. And I have problem. I not go to Nicolay myself. I went to Homestead, and then there is. Yeah, who was planning? You cannot plan for me to be a tennis player because I asked to be a tennis player. That's me trying to make money in advance. You cannot tell me that I have to live from hand to mouth like you people do because you're doing prison. That's why you live from hand to mouth. You're doing prison. You're not due to eat if you live from hand to mouth. So if you've been abducting my leverage, because Jody Riches is abducting my leverage, and then Stephanie Riches did it. But why? It's not possible for me to know who she is. I know who she is. That's Stephanie Riches, but it's Jody Riches is the one that I know. So Stephanie, she knows me, but that's not alive. She owed me a house. That's not alive. So I know her, but it's Jody. Jody's the one who did something wrong in front of everyone. I didn't blame Stephanie for that. Jody, she signed some kind of, I don't know, paperwork for Eretz BBG. Is that what you are there for? About your housing crisis? You are doing jails and prisons. I'm not in Eretz BBG because I support you. Whatever crime lording you have to do to keep in your house and house keys. Because you have parents and you're trying to get off your parents' money while you're living in a house with them. If you want to get off your parents' money in Eretz BBG, Jody Riches, you have to go to jail and prison. And if your parents are not in the jail and prison with you, you have to find another way to get off your parents' money. That is, you need to be created in the prisons. I don't tell you that because I'm not going to jail for you, is unfortunately what I have been paying for with all the happy on sugar you've been watching over the years. Stephanie Riches burned me for the same house. I can't believe you people have that problem. Milwaukee County, Ravine Bay Road, state of Wisconsin. They want to blame Jane Jeffries from ABC News, a local news affiliate in Milwaukee County, but Jane Jeffries locked me out of a different house. For anyone who wants to know, it wasn't the same house. Are you Sean's? Were you not in that house before? I was at Jane Jeffries' house. She had a baby in there and killed the whole world. Yeah, well, I didn't know there was a baby in there. I saw it once or twice. Well, I carried the baby up the stairs. That was a big mistake. Yeah, I can't carry it. It's too heavy. I can't. What is wrong with you people? You pick up the baby and carry it around. I didn't leave the house with the baby, but I thought it was the baby's house because it had a crib upstairs. I saw the crib before I saw the baby, in the crib. Like, I have to take it up there. The baby's downstairs only. I found it downstairs. I carried it up the stairs and put it in its crib, but I almost fell down the stairs. I almost fell backwards down the stairs. I was alone. I'm testifying. That was dangerous. I didn't know because I thought I had to do it. They were watching me. It wasn't. I didn't have the keys to that house or the car. I was about 13 at the time. Well, that Jody Rich's house, Stephanie Rich's house, across the street, same street, Ravine Bay Road. So who was in the baby was in there? Stephanie Rich is not in there. Jody Rich is not in there. Everybody from BBYO not in that house. Kevin, you're not in that house. Jessica Detman, you're not in that house. Just me and the baby. You don't afford it. You need that you were all there and that you were overflowing out of the house into the front yard. You didn't threaten yourself. I'm not really a babysitter. I have babysitters. I have Debbie Weigler. I have Leslie Eisen. I have Juliana. I don't know her last name. Tanya Painter. Cheryl and last name Moser. She's still using that last name, Cheryl and Moser. She was one of my babysitters once. She was announced as Cheryl is babysitting tonight. Yeah. I cannot be a babysitter for that house. You people didn't cover for that. I have babysitters on myself. You just say, oh, we have a birthday. We all have babysitters. Yeah, but it was just the baby in the house. How do you want me to say that? Right here on YouTube. Oh, my God. There's no YouTube at the time of the baby. No, the baby doesn't have a live during YouTube. So I was age 12 or 13. Was it 12 or was it 13? It was between year 1990, 1991. It was somewhere during the school year of 1990 and 1991, before high school. So this was 7th or 8th grade. Yeah. You can't let God do all the crime for you. No, you put me through it, and why? Because you want to claim your birthday, but do you pay rent like I do? You didn't know that I was going to end up paying rent. It wasn't in order at the time. Well, the baby was in order at the time. It was a baby. It doesn't know you. It can't see you. It doesn't know you. It was a boy. What was the name? I don't know. The one who was the driver was Jane Jeffries, or was it the man drove? Jane Jeffries. She was the one I was there to see about. She is a news reporter for ABC News, local news for Milwaukee County. So I was there about that. Yeah. And the baby. Why didn't she bring the news cameras if there weren't any of the other babysitters who used to babysit for me? I don't know. Is Jane Jeffries a shunt? How long has she been in that house? Was she really just trying to control the house? It was a very nice house. I admit, it was very nice for that. What she did to me. It was so nice, a house, for the way she treated me for the rest of my life. Yeah, I'm not the baby. What was the boy's name? Isaac. Yeah, not really, no. It's the baby. That baby's killing me all over the world, yeah. Debbie Weigler at Sam's Club in the year 2006. You did not cover for that baby. You didn't have to find out about the baby that I was babysitting, because I'm not supposed to babysit because you're the babysitter. But you wouldn't just take care of myself, that I needed food, clothing, and shelter for the rest of my life. And you just left the Sam's Club like I wasn't there for that. The things weren't already inside of the housing. It was in a house at the time, and there wasn't everything you needed inside the house. I had to go out shopping, was at the Sam's Club. And Debbie Weigler completely ignored me, and I'm way past the babysitting at that point. So Debbie Weigler was my babysitter in what year? help me out here. I had a babysitter. Debbie Wagler would have been, well, I can't say, so it would be before the year 1989, before 1988, before 1987, 1986. Okay, and then the babysitting that I did when I babysat a baby myself was in the year 1990 or 1991. It was 7th or 8th grade, between 7th and 8th grade, Stephen Middle School. When I saw Debbie Wagler in the year 2006 in the Sam's Club, that's after that, so from 1990 or 1991 until 2006, all that time passed, and she didn't cover for that baby by just taking care of myself for the baby. Oh, she just walked out of the Sam's Club. Wow. And Mitch is not a very good, and Mitch was there. Mitch Hello. Yeah, Mitch Hello was in the Sam's Club with me. Not really. He's the driver. I was the passenger. I was in the Sam's Club with Mitch Hello, car parking in the parking lot. What are you going to do about this one baby? So much trouble. But not as much trouble as Libby. Oh, Libby baby, you're the most trouble of any baby ever. Libby Moser, yes, you're a Moser. Of course, it's Libby. No, you're not Becky Moser. You're Libby Moser. Becky Moser, I don't know. She doesn't exist anymore. No, I'm none higher than me deceased, but I was. But I got named. What for? So you didn't believe that I had a name for some reason? Okay. This is the second do not eat plastic. What is it called? DISSE. Let me pull it out here. Do not eat. It says DESSICCANT. Yeah, so you don't eat that. Yeah. You don't eat this one either. You can't eat either one of them. Yeah, I'm hungry. I eat everything now. I eat seaweed when I'm hungry because I like it. But I think it's not the best thing to gift me because I'm hungry right now and I cannot really get a food supply without a great amount of threatening. So you should give me a lot of calories when you give me food. But if you give me this extra, that's good. I like the taste of it. It's very good. Okay, so this is do not eat, right? Okay, so you don't put the whole thing doesn't go in the mouth, right? No, right? Okay. So do not eat, right there. Oh, now what? So you don't eat it this way either. Or you don't eat that. Oh, all right. Don't eat it then. Yeah. Okay, this is the garbage. It's going in here. I'm going to tie it up. Okay, now I have something to do. If I don't take out the garbage myself, I have this used bottle that I just made a dreamsicle with it on a video I did tonight. And then I need to open this bottle and pour its contents, break the seal on camera, pour the contents into this bottle, and then make the dreamsicle in here and drink it. And that makes this one is not marked by the labeling here. And then this one, maybe I can remove the label, or I can just make the dreamsicle right in here with the label on. It's wrong that way no matter what. So this is the garbage. I'm still holding it. I'm ready to go out to the dumpster. I need my glasses, not really, but it would be better. I'm going to wear them. We'll put my hood up. So these are the keys. I don't keep them in a purse right now because my purse is deceased the wrong way. So I don't know what people do to keep their keys. Okay, this is another garbage I need to take out. This one. And then what's in here? This is a bowel movement from today. I'm ready to take it to the dumpster. It's in there. That's some of it right there, right? Okay, out to the dumpster. The keys are in my pocket. I have to say that because I'm going to lock myself out on camera. That's so illegal that you won't take care of this for me. Who am I that you would make sure that I don't get locked out? I don't know. Okay, out the gate. This means I am the only one who is allowed to use this doorknob, and it would have been deceased by now if no one else was using it. But it's still there because other people are using it who are not myself. Okay, there's the hot water heater. I need to go down to the far dumpster, but there's all that water in the parking lot, alleyway road. It's an alleyway here. I don't want to step in that water. Okay, here's the hot water heater. That is my bowel movement in there. On top of the hot water heater. Okay. I can go in this way, but there's some voices over there. The other way, there's voices over there too. What are you people doing out here? I don't afford that you're not myself and you are out and about in the dark. It's time to rest, creation. Yes, why are you alive and stirring about in the night? You are a fear factory. Do elsewheres. I'm so old for this problem. This is a changed door lock with a changed key. This key has been changed. Whoever paid rent, you cannot just rent that they not change the locks, because the locks have not been changed since I stopped paying the rent. Okay, that's as daring as I am. Yeah, I don't want to stand there until it's sorry that it barked at me. It doesn't know not to bark at me. I can't help it. Is that why you don't believe in me? I'm none higher than me, deceased, none higher than he, deceased, and that dog doesn't know not to bark at me. It's really zero faith in this world. Well, so I have the scissors. I can continue with this, or I have one more thing to do. Have a Magnum bar. What shines inside of the box? Well, they feel like Magnum bars to me. Like there's no shunning poop into here because I put poop into a Magnum bar box. So what to eat or drink, I can do that now, but what? And these pies have to go pretty soon because they're angry. Well, I am about done with the threatening. I need to post the video without any of what I just said about making another dreamsicle or having a Magnum bar on camera. This scissors is not paid for or not to cut my skin anywhere or poke me in the eye. Because you're making the threat, so am I, but you don't know what you make threats on. Do you believe in yourself? You can believe in that God will take care of me. But how can you believe that God will take care of you when you're not in jail, in prison for a death on the address of where you are? That means you need the address deceased before you can die out of your name. This leaked a small amount of juice. There's some ice in here. There's some like juice here on the table. I need to clean this up no matter what. Okay, I just broke the seal for you. And there's ice in here. I can see it at this time. I don't want to touch it because I just touched the doorknob in front of you as well. That's not really clean. I need to wash my hands and use soap. But I can't because I'm saving the water for, thank God for the plumber in God, that the plumber and God are in a union giving me water, and I need it. Okay, there's the ice right there. Where is it going? Okay, that's the end. And then where's the, oh, the ice came out that way. It's going to hit the table. Okay. Did everybody see that? Okay. So this is the cherry blackout berry. Oh, blackout berry. Okay. It's in this container now. I need to wipe up. The table has some juice on it. I will sit down. There's some standing water on the floor. I cannot clean it up for Mitch Hello because I put it there. Yeah, I put it there because I can't take care of the neighbors. Are threatening to go away with my laundry if I don't have it in the door locking. I don't know you, I don't trust you, I don't believe you, and I don't need you. And you still think that's loving enough for you to be here in this apartment complex. You're still threatening my physical safety, and I cannot help you with the water on the floor that you tell me I must clean up after myself if I don't wring it all out in the bathtub. I can show the standing water on the floor right now. Okay, I will have to hold on to the bed here. Can you see it? Okay. That is from this having been dripping on the floor. It's clean for next time I use it. Maybe not yet dry, but it will dry. This is acclimation to help dry the clothes in the air, circulation in the air. Otherwise, there's the fan, but this is air conditioning is really what I need at this point. The fan is elsewhere, is all I had when the heat was too hot to bear it. I don't have my robe spread out on the bed right now. It's in a pile like that, which means someone needs to come in here with a key and take this out, and they have to have ready a new set of sheets and a new robe for me and spread it out on the bed for me because it's my robe. And then you have to take out what is to be thrown out. You turn it into a jail as evidence, and you stay in there. And if they won't hold you, you are homeless. But you need to insist that you stay. And if they don't hold you and you're homeless, you have to make a key for yourself outside homeless to go into the jail. And if you don't, you have to fight with police outside homeless that are going to trespass you out of homeless and put you back in jail. I am high enough in God to say that now, but you're not high enough in God to hear it. I am homeless. Okay, so I have a blackout berry here. Container. Do I remove the labeling? Okay, before I do that, I need to put the pressure on that I will have it ready while I still have cold. This should be cold by now. It's not in here, it's down here. This should be cold by now. And then the can of soda, that is cold. Merry Christmas, everyone. Pretty soon you're going to find out who is Jesus. Well, maybe you won't be alive at that point. It's not really due to be alive if you think I'm Jesus, because I'm not also Jesus. I'm me and I am not Jesus. Nobody thinks that. Yes, but I am not also Jesus. Let's not get confused, because you don't have yourselves deceased on my time. Oh, is this a, look at that. That is a desiccant, the do not eat problem. This is one. This is one right here. I just picked it up off the table. I cannot show you. Now I can show you what it is that's moving around. Okay, that is do not eat problem. I can throw it outside, but it's homeless. I'm going to put it right here. You're never going to find it. Yeah. It's on top of the air conditioning unit that is on. I did not turn it on. It was turned on by maintenance, who turned it on for himself. Well, I did not open the door with myself for him. I left the door open for him, and he found it open, and he turned on the air conditioning for himself while he was doing something in here. What? We don't know what, because we don't know what. Okay. So before I pour the dreamsicle into here, I need to remove the label on camera so you can see. And I need my glasses on for that, but I am threatening that I don't have it done yet with the glasses on. Well, let me see if I can find a way to open it without the scissors. Well, I need to be careful because I don't want to get hurt, if you know what I mean. Wouldn't it be easier if I had a glass? Oh, you don't know how to give me a glass. How can you give me anything with your permissions, huh? It looks like I'm not going to need your permissions very soon. That you bought something for me and paid for it. Yes, and it's permissions to eat it. For you too, huh? But you said you had enough and I can have something, huh? I'm going out of that. You can do that to Father because it makes him mentally bizarre. I'm very small. I'm as small as I've ever been. I don't know who I am most of my life, all the way up until about 3 years ago, and then I did, but not really. It still went into dementia because you're so dangerous. You don't know that I'm demented because you're dangerous to me, not because you're dangerous to each other. Are you exploiting that you're dangerous to me and saying that you're not dangerous to each other? Yes, but it knows. You record that on your genitals. Well, if you're dangerous to me, I'm demented. Just if you're dangerous to me. If you're dangerous to each other, I'm not demented like it's a cause. It's not demented that way. I'm disclosing my leverage, none higher than he deceased, and you still threaten with the front door just this week. this last week, blackmail, adultery. He threatened me. There is always Medicaid. You can have Medicaid until you get older and older and older, and it doesn't matter how old you are, there's always Medicaid. And that is for this problem. So let's say he speaks for the company called Mountain Care. Yeah, Mountain Care. Well, Mountain Care, you did not actually offer to do anything for me. That means I don't actually owe you, that you think that I am mentally bizarre, so that you don't hurt each other in Mountain Care Assisted Living in state of Arizona, or that you don't hurt each other over that you don't work for me. You don't work for me here at this apartment because you didn't give me the key. Why do you offer to clean somebody's apartment if you didn't give the key out for the apartment at the time that you enter in to clean? Like, give it out. Not that you used it to enter and then you cleaned and you left and you kept the key. It's that you give the key out. Well, that's how you don't owe me, that you threaten me that there is always Medicaid. You don't actually owe that to Medicaid. You cannot speak for Medicaid, all of Medicaid that way, run by the Welfare Office of State of Nevada. Oh, there are so many people there. You cannot speak over all those people. Long lines of people, countless people. Nevada, State of Nevada, Welfare Office. Yes. Okay, try to cut this here. I'll try. So how do you feel about making Father mentally, I don't know, disabled? Like I'm not omnipotent to you. I am omnipotent is that much disabled, and you think that I'm not omnipotent right now, yeah. Where is this going for you? If I get a mental disability, like, not really very well aware of myself, so that means I was sold out of where I came from to be around you and your problems because you think they're my fault. Yes, but why have they gotten worse? They don't get worse in that scenario. If you really believe that, the problems would get better. And you think the problems are worse because you won't leave me alone. You don't actually let me grow up and get out. You don't let me get away from you. Lenny Kravitz, I want to get away. I want to fly away. And then Lenny Kravitz sings, American Woman, stay away from me. I don't want to be female because of that song, but oh well, it's mutilated genitals at this point for Lenny Kravitz's song, American Woman. I think Charles Toe thought that song was funny. But don't let me speak for him too soon. But I heard it while Charles Toe was here, yeah. American Woman, stay away from me. It's leaking. Yeah. Well, I need a bottle that doesn't leak, but I need a clear bottle. Yeah, so that I can show the camera that it is a dreamsicle. Otherwise, you don't see what I'm drinking exactly. I think that dog's name that I passed with the camera, the dog's name is Miss Piggy. I think. Well, I liked Miss Piggy myself when I was growing up, but not alone. I don't just like Miss Piggy. I like Kermit the Frog, yeah. The Muppets. Yep, I watched The Muppets in my house. 7617 North Santa Monica house. I'm not there now. And I should be there, but I'm not there now. Okay, I need to wipe this up and clean up. Okay, before I make the dreamsicle, I will clean up. This is the wrapper that's going in the garbage. I will put the scissors in the sink. Okay, I'm going to clean up that I spilled some Body Armor energy drink while I was pouring it. And also while I was taking the label off. Okay. My hands are sticky, and I should run the tap water right now, but I'm going to wait to wash the scissors that I used to take off the label, and then I will rinse off the bowl and pot I used to make soup today. It's already soaking. I just need to pour out the water. I really don't need to turn on the water for that reason, but I'm going to turn it on later. I have been torturing the Lord about his butt crack while he's wearing a robe, and that's because it's also overweight is my fault. Okay, so this is the bottle. Now it looks like this one. I need to take off the safety. Oh, just spilled again. Another drop. I need to wipe that up with the sponge, but I'll have to wait. So this is the safety seal. I broke it just now, but I can't get it off immediately, so I'll wait. But I have a little juice on the table I don't want there. Yes, I don't want it to be sticky. All right, my hands are sticky. I can't avoid it. I will need to clean them up when I'm done with the camera. I will not take your time to run the tap water because the plumber, he's just very much a plumber. I have to pay for that he's a plumber that I have presence of mind in God, which is what the plumbing is for. You cannot exploit a plumber that he's just giving you something because he's a plumber or because he must. You have to pay for it in God, and that's why you belong in jails and prisons, because you're not myself. You don't know how to pay for things in God if you don't know how to die in God. You need to die first and pay for something after that. So you die in prison first, and you can't really pay for anything when you die in prison. That is God needing to create you another way, or not at all, is what we're saying at this time. So, what would you like to know about my threatening problem? Do you know how to move about all the strangers who know who you are and want to take your keys and tell you to get out? Because I am deceased right here and I'm moving heaven and earth is not true. I am deceasing myself and deceasing everything to get myself deceased out of the door locking. Achshav. And when I finally die out of the door locking, I will exit alive through any of the possible following ways. It will go right through the door that is locked and closed and locked. Yeah, so it's closed and locked. It will go right through the door and go out of the formed world, or I'll go right through the ceiling and go out through the formed world ceiling. Because you don't afford that it's my house to myself, I have to kill that it's my house to myself. And then when it's not my house to myself anymore, you will have completely sold it just for your own attitude problem. And I know it's not one as long as I'm still here. Yeah. You want me to talk to you about yourself when it's too late for me. You want me to talk to you about yourself only when it's too late for me. So what is too late for you then? There's no such thing as that. You are not an I. You don't speak I. You cannot have a named body and also speak I. If you have a named body, speak never. My names are deceased right now. I have no home in the threatening that I ever had a name. Yes, but that's how I'm getting food. Somebody still knows I'm Becky Moser and is giving me this food. Yes, but Becky Moser does not have a signature with this apartment. So that's what's getting food right now. What's wrong with it? I told Mitch I was going by the name Rebecca for a while because I don't know Charles Toe at all. Yeah, he called me Rebecca, but he didn't know he was going to call me Rebecca the way he did. Yeah. He could have said it never. And I don't know him. So what is wrong with this threatening? I don't know Charles Toe. He called me Rebecca, but the name is Becky to Mitch. Mitch Hello calls me Becky. I told him about Rebecca. He said it once and I felt really uncomfortable because it's not true. I'm telling him he's wrong about Becky. I got named by Donna and he would maybe know that from himself because I don't think Donna and Mom ever told him that she named me. I don't remember that conversation. It's a due conversation, but it didn't happen in front of me. You don't have a problem. Is that why you all look so different? Yes, but when you look different, you still have two eyes, a nose, and a mouth responsibility. You have a responsibility like an order. Have an order of your body has two eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and you need to know how to die because you are yourself. You need to know how to die in God. That may involve you going to jails and prisons, but you can't make any sort of agreements with anyone about jails and prisons. you need to go into the jails and prisons. And then if you need to make an agreement in the jails and prisons, you know that you're there on your own hard time. Make sure you have the address to see, so you know you can't get out and you can be there on your own hard time, as long as you try to be yourself or try to die in there. You can try, and you can try on your own hard time in prison. What is a slave? Well, if you are a good slave, you are a slave who would, if you are a black person who's a slave and you know something about where you are and why you didn't die already. Do you see yourself as black and you didn't die already? So are you supposed to make sure that something that was moved out of its place is put back in its place, but then you have to leave it like it was work done, right? And then you go outside with it, you are yourself, and you leave it alone. If you illegally alive again around itself, you can move it again if you find it's out of place. And you have to start with something small. You cannot say you are a very good slave and you can be an NBA basketball player. The basketball is out of place is not true. It's a ball. So that's why a black person mostly is supposed to say, if I see myself, I'm supposed to wait until I die. Wait until God gives you a death, because there's not much you can do. But if you are a black person who has some kind of a threat that you could be a slave, you should be very threatening that you're black. You have to say, I'm black, and I'll tell you what I can do, and everything else I won't do. So what I can do, a small task would be like, if you are outside of a house and you see like a black person hanging from a tree, it's hung, so you cannot take the black person down. This, you need to walk away from someone who's been lynched. You don't take them down from the tree. You say, yep, I'm also a black person walking on the ground, looking at a black person hanging from a rope, a noose, and hanging from the tree, not alive. And you are a black person who must keep walking and say, I'm a black person. I cannot take a black person down from hanging from a tree, because I cannot hang myself up on a tree. I cannot take somebody down from a tree. And I just have to leave that I can see it, because it's disturbing. So I would be elsewhere if I was a black person. Yes, but that's slavery in the South. So that would be in the years, help me out here, is this 1700s in history? Okay, forgive me for that. I've been out of school for quite some time about United States slavery history. So before, let's say, United States starts in the year 1776. So when is it before that, or? Sorry, I'm not the U.S. history teacher, as you can see. So a black person, you are due in Africa. If you illegally alive in America, that is illegal. Yeah, to yourself. You have to say, I am illegally in America. It's not supposed to be that I can pay for myself in America. I should not be expected to pay for myself in America. It should be in Africa. And then we can say that about everyone with a penis. If you have a penis, you're due in Africa. You cannot be in America with the penis because the penis has an unclean death of an animal in the penis. So, for example, if you have ever seen a dog inside of a house, the penis has an illegal death on the penis that the dog is inside of the house. Inside the house, not outside the house. Like all the animals would be outside the house still. That is in the penis. The penis has been in an unclean death of that there are animals. And it's right there on the penis. So, but say the dog inside the house, that's the most obvious no, right? So you don't want the dog in the house, and then that is in an unclean death of a human body that would then have a penis is illegal. That needs to be in Africa, but it arrived here. That's what I find. I'm not supposed to be raped. Well, I am talking about the order because it's raped. I don't actually have any leverage to save myself. So back to the plumber's water. I poured this into I poured this into this container from this one. And this one had a root beer, a Dr. Pepper dreamsicle with the strawberry milk in there. And I just poured this blackout berry body armor energy drink into this clear bottle without using the plumber's water to rinse out the bottle so that it is completely clean inside, which I would do that for God, to keep it clean for God. But I have to save the water and be clean for God another way. That I think of the plumber did all that he could to make the water possible that I could use it at all. So I'll try to reserve it to use it try to get everything done at once when the tap is on, and then turn it off once, hopefully. And so this is the empty bottle from this blackout berry energy drink, and I did not rinse it out before I poured more Dr. Pepper into it and emptied this milk, the rest of it, strawberry milk. And so I'm going to finish it, that it had a little blackout berry in here. But if I was going to work, like, say, in a restaurant or something, I would have to use a clean vessel, to serve it to somebody else, or even to handle it in the restaurant because it's public, no matter what I touch. Like, who can help yourself? I know, the Sonic drink stop at 4 p.m. is the commercials in Cox Cable, Las Vegas, Nevada. But I guess maybe if you've heard of Sonic fast food, they have like burgers maybe and drinks like slushies or sodas or what else? Ice cream. Yeah, they have ice cream drinks in there too. With toppings and all sorts of, they mix the drinks sometimes with like for a shake that you make a shake with it. So it like they show it like you could do that yourself, but it's the employees who keep serving like the drive-through window or maybe the counter. the mixed drinks, and they know where everything is. Wow, that's great. I would love to have extra time in the Sonic to just look for things that I might want to have. And anytime I want to go there, I can just help myself. Why do you have to be a professional server at the Sonic that you know where everything is? And how do you know it's there? It's there to somebody who comes there, like to be a customer. So that's what's wrong with your somebody problem. You don't know who you're serving at the Sonic. I know because I can see it on YouTube. So you don't know who you serve at the Sonic. You take their money, but it's the soul's money. It's maybe delirious. Maybe if you took 10 people's money, you don't know whose money it is anymore. You think it's the customer's money, or you just, because it's not yours. Which way do you know that it's not your money? It's the customer's money, because it's still the soul's money. It's due frozen in the bank. You could even freeze it in the Sonic. It could be frozen in the till of their cash register. You can freeze it right there, but you have to leave. That's how you freeze it. If you're the employee, you have to say, I can freeze this money. I have to leave. I leave it right there in the register, even though there's someone else there, but you have to tell them everybody out. And if you can't get them out, you just go to jail and tell them you couldn't get everybody out of the Sonic. Yeah. So that you can freeze the money in there. So going to myself, being I did a cashier problem. It was front desk clerk at El Cortez Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. I can still walk there. Yeah, I've moved a number of times, but I can still walk there. And so I used to take money in there, but I am the soul. It is my money. I have to move my leverage. I cannot be like you that way. Joellen Myroff and Elia Gonzalez, or Ellie, 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 Elia, Elia. Like Ellie is the nickname, even though it says many letters. Ellie is 4 letters, and Elia is also 4 letters, and Gonzalez. She and John Myroff, those two, I don't know you two together, but you have some kind of a karma problem having to do with you don't know each other, and I didn't die yet. That's the problem with Joelle, and she's somewhere away from me, and she used to call my house a lot, and I don't have all the charges paid for. I can't reverse the charges on Joellen just because the phone rang in or she told me to call her. Yeah, I can't pay for those charges without Joellen paying out the money to myself. If she doesn't know why, I need the money first, and then you would know why. If you don't know why and you spend the money on yourself, you will never know why. And that's how I don't know Joellen and this John Dorweiler, Elia Gonzalez problem. Um, you don't know each other in front of me, and Joellen will not come to Las Vegas to see me, even though she drove from Wisconsin to Oregon, is what she said. She didn't drive from Oregon to Nevada to see me. Yeah. Well, she didn't invite me to Oregon. Good. You can't. You can't invite me to Oregon. I not go to Oregon. No, no, I not go to Oregon. But Joellen make individual responsible announcement all by herself that she going to Oregon, and additionally stated she would drive there in a Honda SUV, what you call it, CRV. She said she'd drive there. I don't know because I wasn't in the car myself. But when I contact her with a long distance call, that's all I can say. It was long distance. Like I had to dial the exchange area code, where I don't know what area it is because I've not been there to use the area code myself. So just to dial to a long distance area code. It could also just be a cell phone, don't know where, but I think not in Nevada. I don't think Joellen is in Nevada, but let's say she's somewhere not in Nevada. So Sheena come to Nevada to see about her independent decision to go to what she said is state of Oregon, but I don't know because I've not been to state of Oregon myself for any reason ever in my whole life ever. So I not go there because I don't have money in Oregon, even though Joellen is someone, but maybe she owes me money is like what I hear from heaven. But I can't say that to Joellen because she's the one who owed it out. And I had the mind. It is my money on my mind that I not ask her for anything. You have to give me money because I worked for it. You have to give me money because it's mine to myself. You have to give me money because I am the soul. And I have known Joellen since I was very small and I was a much higher mental capacity as a soul. But then when I got older, I had to do so much crime just on myself, just to be alive here, just to hold alive of everything. And she won't give me the small amount of money it is from that I knew her from school. It's like a job to be a student. I was a student from knowing Joellen age 5 years old and onwards until I graduated from the university. And she didn't give me any money for being a student, like I should have given it to her for being a student, or she just has her own money as a student. I don't have my own money as a student. Joellen, she's sitting at the speed of time and alive, being in state of Oregon, and announcing to me that she was going there in a car. Well, is that a disclosure I'm supposed to take for heaven? Because so far it's been a very expensive thing to know about her. It was maybe better not to know for her. Well, when did she go? I would think she would have gone in the year 1999, but she went in the year 2000 is what she told me. That's a whole year. Where was she? No, I didn't talk to her for like the duration of that year. I was in my house and not the phone not ringing in at all. I was working 4 jobs and nobody called me at home. No. Not even Stephanie Riches. No, she did not call me at home. I saw Stephanie Riches elsewhere outside of home. And then I went to her house to, I don't know, to meet her dog, the Portuguese water dog. Yeah. I have made over 1,000 videos posted on YouTube so far. And so that is over my mental capacity to do that. Yes, it is. I am deceased.